At the end of this module, you will be able to describe what are information models and views and their usage in SAP HANA, describe functions of star schema in analytics application, describe fundamentals of attribute views and analytic views, explain the creation and purpose of calculation views, and describe how to import and export models. Modeling can be used to refine the data in a database by creating information views based on business needs. Modeling views are created on top of database tables to implement business logic and to create a meaningful business report. Information views are made from various combination of data from table or tables to create a model for a business scenario. There are three types of information views: the attribute view, the analytic view, and the calculation view. Calculation views can be of two subtypes: the script-based view, which uses SQL script to create the view, and the graphical based view, which can be again subdivided into dimensions, cube, and cube with a star join. Cube with a star join can replace analytic views, and dimensions can replace attribute views. So effectively, we can use calculation view to create all three types of different information views. Dimension tables contain master data and attributes associated with the master data. Fact tables contain business transaction information based on the contents of dimension table, which are master data, along which various metrics are calculated. Star schema are general patterns in analytics application, and they are the simplest form of dimensional model in which data is organized into facts and dimensions. A fact is an event that is counted or measured, such as a sale or a login. A dimension contains reference information about these facts. The geometry of the graphical model looks like a star, and hence the name star schema. And they are represented using analytic views. The picture on the right side depicts a very simple star schema using dimension and fact tables. Attribute views are used to select a subset of columns and rows from a data table. They represent a dimension and do not contain any measures or aggregates, and they are used to give master data tables a context. For example, if a fact table contains numeric IDs for each car dealer in a group, then we would link the information about each dealer using an attribute view. We could use this to display the names and addresses of the dealers. The table below shows various types of joins that can be used to create attribute views. Analytic views are multidimensional table views that are based on star schema model. They are also called cubes. They are used to build data foundation based on at least one transactional table. They are used for creating a selection of measures to add attributes and to join attribute views to the data foundation. They can contain two types of attributes: measures which can be aggregated and normal attributes that cannot be aggregated. Calculation views define progressive variations on data in the SAP HANA database. Calculation views can be simple and can reflect the functionality found in both attribute views and analytic views. They are used in business contexts that need advanced logic that is not found in the other type of information views. Features of calculation views: they can have multiple layers of calculation and business logic that can comprise measures traced from several tables. The basis of data for calculation view can consist of any combination of tables, column views, attribute views, and analytic views. There are two types or ways to create calculation views: SQL editor and graphical editor. SQL editor, we are going to type all SQL commands to generate the view. Graphical editor, as the name suggests, is used for creating the calculation view by dragging and dropping certain tables to create a foundation and to create the columns and all. Tables can be related using joins, unions, projections, and aggregation labels. There are two ways to create a calculation view: using the graphical editor, and the second one is using the SQL console. Using the graphical editor, it facilitates the graphical modeling of calculation views for complex business scenarios that comprise of measures obtained from various tables and that has layers of business logic to implement. The graphical modeling feature of SAP HANA include the following nodes: aggregation, rank, join, projection, and union all. Using SQL console, it facilitates creation of calculation views using SQL scripts, using native SQL commands to write the business logic. It can be created in two ways: one, using SQL script, and second, using CE functions. Using both are not recommended for a single view as it may cause performance issues. Creation of calculation views using SQL script. Following are the steps to create calculation views using SQL script. The first one, set the parameters, define table output structure, define functions, input and output structure, write SQL statement, execute, assign attributes and measure, and save and activate. And finally, do the data preview. Some built-in functions, C functions and SQL script comparison is given in the table. Creation of calculation view using graphical interface. Following are the steps to be followed for creating calculation views using graphical interface. Set the parameters, define nodes, choose database tables, add the calculated column, define mapping, define output fields, save and activate, and do the data preview. Importing and exporting models. Moving models between HANA environments can be achieved by using import and export functionality of HANA Studio. HANA export and import option allows tables, information models, landscapes to be moved from one system to another system, and it minimizes efforts of recreating information model. There are several ways to export models. One option is to export complete package using HANA Content Delivery Unit. The other option is to export individual objects to the local server in the developer mode, and another option is to export models on demand using the support mode. There are multiple options to import models and views. It can be imported from a local file, it can be imported as a delivery unit, and selected individual objects can be imported in the developer mode, and there is another option to import in MAS using MAS and selective import of metadata.